In the winter of 1959, 9 experienced hikers entered the Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union. Only their bodies would return. What happened to them that night was so disturbing, so illogical, and so frightening that even today, more than 60 years later, no single explanation can fully explain it.
Oh.
This is the true story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In January 1959, a group of 10 young hikers set out on a skiing expedition through the northern Ural Mountains. They were students and graduates from the Ural Polytechnic Institute, all highly trained, physically fit, and experienced in extreme winter survival. The group was led by a 23-year-old engineering student named Igor Dyatlov. Their goal was simple: complete a difficult but achievable route and return home within 2 weeks. But one member fell ill early in the journey and turned back, leaving 9 hikers to continue alone. That decision would save his life. The group was last seen alive on February 1st, 1959. When they set up camp on the slope of a mountain, locals called Kholat Syakhl, a name that translates to Mountain of the Dead. That night, something happened. When the hikers failed to return on schedule, a search party was sent out. What rescuers found was not just shocking, it was terrifying. Their tent was discovered first. It was still standing, but it had been cut open from the inside. Not unzipped, not torn by animals. Cut as if the hikers were desperate to escape. Inside the tent were their boots, coats, food, and equipment. Everything they needed to survive in sub-zero temperatures, left behind. Footprints led away from the tent, barefoot footprints. Some wearing socks, some wearing only underwear. The footprints showed no signs of panic or struggle, just calm walking into the frozen wilderness. The first 2 bodies were found near a forest edge, beside the remains of a small fire. They were barefoot, wearing almost no clothing. Their hands were burned, possibly from trying to keep warm. Both had died of hypothermia. Further into the forest, 3 more bodies were found scattered between the trees and the tent, as if they had tried to crawl back. They too died from exposure. But it was the remaining 4 bodies that turned this tragedy into a global mystery. Months later, when the snow melted, searchers found them buried deep in a ravine. Their injuries were horrifying. One had massive skull fractures. Another had crushed ribs so severe, doctors said it looked like the force of a car crash. One woman was missing her tongue. Another had no eyes, yet their skin showed no external wounds. No signs of a fight. No weapon marks. No footprints from attackers. To make things even stranger, some of their clothing tested positive for radiation. The official Soviet investigation concluded with a vague and chilling statement. The hikers died due to a compelling natural force. No further explanation. The case was immediately classified. Files were sealed, and the area was closed to the public for years. Naturally, theories exploded. Some believe an avalanche forced the hikers to flee the tent, but experts argue the slope angle and weather conditions made a major avalanche unlikely. An avalanche's Dante explained radiation, missing tongues, or internal injuries without external damage. Others believe it was a military experiment gone wrong. Secret Soviet weapons tests, parachute mines, or shockwave devices that could cause internal trauma without visible injuries. Some believe the hikers encountered infrasound, a low-frequency sound caused by wind patterns that can induce extreme fear, confusion, and panic, forcing them to flee irrationally. A yeti or unknown creature. Extraterrestrial involvement, or something so classified it was erased from history. In 2020, Russian authorities reopened the case and officially ruled the incident as an avalanche-related tragedy. But many experts, families, and researchers remain unconvinced. Because even today, crucial questions remain unanswered. Why cut the tent from the inside? Why leave survival gear behind? Why radiation? Why injuries resembling extreme force with no external damage? 9 intelligent, experienced hikers didn't simply panic for no reason. Something happened on that mountain. Something terrifying enough to make them abandon safety and walk calmly into freezing death. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the darkest, most disturbing, unsolved mysteries ever recorded. So what do you think really happened on that mountain? Was it nature? A military secret? Or something we still don't understand? Let me know your theory. Because some mysteries don't fade with time, they only grow darker.